This defense has got 47 hung on them, 37 hung on them, and 33 hung on them. This was a defense that was a weakness last year that was supposed to be made into a strength this offseason. The expectations for this football team were Super Bowl contender. Now, I'm not jumping off the bandwagon. Let me make myself clear. I've rocked with Baker. I believe in the Browns. I love their coach. I still do. But the reality is, as we sit here today, this team is the most disappointing team in the NFL, given what the expectations were coming into this season.
Oh, please. I mean, you're so emotional right now. I can't believe I'm telling you that you're so emotional. But you truly, truly are. I don't know about everybody else, but who was questioning the Cleveland Browns? That would be me. I was never sold on them.
I will give you that.
I was never sold on them. Thank you very much,
yes,
Molly. I was never sold on the Cleveland Browns, Dan Orlovsky. You know who everybody else was talking about? Because when we looked at Cleveland, we said, okay, Pittsburgh might have some trouble, but the Baltimore Ravens were going to be there. We knew that, right? We could look at Kansas City. We didn't expect them to be 3-3, but they are 3-3 right now. They're a 500 team, and they're the reigning AFC champions, and their defense is trash, at least thus far, even though I got faith in the Honey Badger. But the bottom line is they need to do some work there. I'm going to bring up a team that I can't believe you missed. We were talking about the AFC East. We didn't even talk about New England. We said Buffalo and Miami.
Yeah.
Miami's 1-5, bro.
Yeah.
They've lost 5 straight. They look like they have nothing. And now not only that, there's news circulating that they may try to acquire Deshaun Watson from Houston this week. Okay. So when you look at them, we got an organization led by Brian Flores, who we've been very, very high on. Chris Greer, an African-American, being a GM. You know I'm proud of him. And we had there were big expectations. Their defense was supposed to be all that. We were looking at the Miami Dolphins, and we were saying they were the team that was going to compete with the Buffalo Bills for AFC East supremacy. They are 1-5. They are one of the worst football teams in the National Football League. Their quarterback, it seems like they're pretty much already given up on Tua Tagovailoa. I'm like, when I think disappointment, Miami comes to my mind.
First of all, Stephen A., I watched yesterday. I watched your show yesterday and how you started. Don't call me emotional when I watched you talk about the Lakers after week 1, thinking, oh, my gosh, I got concerns about the Lakers, okay? I am not being emotional about the Browns. Now, my expectations were the Dolphins were to contend for a playoff team. I thought they would contend. Right. My expectations for the Browns were you can get to the AFC Championship game. Again, look at the roster makeup. The fact that the Dolphins have still a very young offensive line. The Browns got the best offensive line in football. The Dolphins have a young but emerging skill group. I think the Browns have one of the better skill groups in football. They got the best tailback tandem in football. So the expectations for the Browns were to be stinking awesome.
But let me come to you with this. You have expectations of them going to the AFC Championship game. I'm saying as we sit here today, that's still possible. We had expectations of the Miami Dolphins competing for the AFC East and going to the playoffs. Their season is already over.
Right.
You see the extreme?
In other words,
there's still a chance to hold on to Cleveland. We looking at Miami, and it's like, it's wholesale changes that are imminent. They're not going anywhere.
They also had to play 3+ games without their quarterback, Miami.
Okay, I got you.
Cleveland has had Baker Mayfield basically every snap this season. So that's got to factor into this conversation as well. I'm not saying that
Jarvis
Miami
Landry or Odell Beckham Jr. for the most part. Back and forth, both were missing.
I'm not saying Miami's not disappointing. There are other disappointing teams in the NFL. But the most disappointing, given where we are 6 weeks into this season, with what the expectations were 6 or 7 weeks ago, is a runaway the Cleveland Browns. Again, this was a team that we were in that went to. You didn't have high expectations for the Browns this year?
No, that's what you're not listening to.
Well,
listen, you are the guy. Listen. You're incredibly brilliant on the game of football. That's, part of the way I get my knowledge from, watching you and just knowing how to disagree with you because, my goodness, I just don't buy what you selling sometimes. But I know you know what the hell you're talking about. But the thing about it, Dan Orlovsky, I've discovered something about him, Molly.
What?
Dan's a bit, dare I say, biased. dare I say, a bit soft
About
when
what?
it comes to judging certain quarterbacks. I mean, he is very much inclined to give dudes the benefit of the doubt, and that's what he was doing about Baker Mayfield. I haven't been sold. I've never been sold because I knew what he was going against in the AFC.
Dan, do you have a soft spot towards
yes,
quarterbacks?
He does have a soft spot for
struggling because
quarterbacks.
we don't know
yes,
what it's like. Could you please answer that?
All right, first of all, I am not soft, Stephen A.
Soft
Second
spot.
of all,
Soft spot. Soft spot. Come on, that's what I'm talking about.
No, because I live in a world where everyone thinks quarterbacks are great or they suck. And there's no gray area in between. Part of my job is to make sure that people understand quarterback is a dependent position. And there are varying levels of quarterbacks. Some guys are incredible. Some guys are really good. Some guys are okay. And so, yeah, I don't, that's part of my job is try to get people to understand it's not black or white.
It's part of your job to quote people accurately, because I never said that Baker Mayfield stunk. What I said was he's exactly that, middle of the road. And when you look at Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert and the crew, even Joe Burrow, I said there's too many quarterbacks in the same conference that are better than him to be elevating Cleveland to that stratosphere. And you didn't listen. And you know better.
I'm not disagreeing with you of what he is as a player, but you're crazy to think that the team, the NFL roster that has the most expensive offense, one of the most expensive defensive linemen, one of the most expensive secondary players, and 4 top 2 round draft picks in the last 2 NFL drafts, to not have high expectations of them strictly because you think their quarterback is good, not great, is ridiculous.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.